Hey, good morning. Jeff Heggie, Daily Success Strategies. Thanks for being with me today. Hope you're having a great day, and I hope you've had an opportunity to listen to my previous two episodes this week. Yesterday we started talking about beliefs, and today I want to build on that. So, with what we were talking about yesterday, I want to share with you, first of all, if you've been through the Momentum series, you've heard me talk about this. I learned this from Tony Robbins in his success cycle. If you can imagine, you look at a square. In the top left corner, you put potential. In the top right corner, you put action. Bottom right corner, you put results. And the bottom left corner, you put, I use the word confidence, he used belief and certainty. And then you connect those with arrows going clockwise. And if you've been through the Momentum series, you can understand how each of those impacts each other, because you look at the potential of any human being and it's huge, and when you take your potential, add it to massive action, you're going to get the good results. Results are going to create more belief and certainty or confidence, which will help you take more massive action. So you can see how that cycle goes. But what I want to talk about is, first of all, with all the potential that humans have, very few people really tap into their full potential. And so we want to talk about some of the things that you can do to really maximize that, because the real secret to this whole success cycle is the confidence or the belief and certainty. And so you need to understand how to maximize that all that you can. And that's not always easy, because you're put in situations where you might not have the confidence or the belief or certainty that you can do certain things to the level you need to. So I want to talk about two strategies that you can use to make sure that you can do that. The first one, I'll use the example that I use in the Momentum series, is Klay Thompson. I think it was the 2019 NBA playoffs, and it was against the Houston Rockets. And he hadn't been shooting well. He hadn't been playing very well. And the announcers for the last couple games have been talking about him being in a slump and just not shooting well. Well, he's one of the premier shooters in the NBA, and he can shoot very well. He just wasn't. So as a basketball coach, I've experienced this with my players before. And what often happens is one of my players isn't shooting well. So what do? They stop shooting. They don't want to shoot because they don't have the confidence. They don't have the belief and certainty in themselves. Well, with Klay Thompson, that's not what he did. And this is what you try to teach my high school team, is when you're in a situation like this, you don't stop shooting. Because Klay Thompson has shot millions of shots in his life. He's shot every conceivable shot that he could ever take in a game. He's shot it hundreds of times in his life before. So he knows he can make those shots. It's just a matter of getting his rhythm or whatever it is that's holding him back to start going again. And that's what happened to him. I don't remember what game it was. I believe it was game 3 of that series. He had more points in the first few minutes than he had the previous game combined. And so the reason I use that as an example is, if you want to build your confidence, one of the ways to do that is to practice enough in private that you're rewarded in public, that when you get put in a public situation, that it's just another habit, that you're just doing something again and you can do it perfectly. I remember being at a Michael Jordan basketball camp with my children, and he was talking about foul shots, and someone asked him, how many foul shots should I take a day? I don't remember exactly what he told them, but with my kids, a lot of times at some point in their practice, they want to shoot 100 foul shots. That takes a lot of time, but it was a number quite a bit bigger than that. And basically he talked about needing to be able to get up there, and it's just another shot, that you shot it so many times, there's no stress, no anything behind it, that you've got that belief in yourself. So one of the ways to build your confidence is to practice enough in private that you're rewarded in public, because it's just another thing that you're doing and you're so good at it. Now, that's not always the case with a lot of things, because it might not be something that we've been able to practice in practice in private very much. So one of the other things we can do is through visualization, because our brain really doesn't know the difference between vivid visualization and actually doing something. So when we can visually go through something and be very emotionally involved, like it's real, and really vision these things, It's the same as practice. In the Momentum series, I use this example of some of the studies they've done with people who shot 100 foul shots a day and people who just visioned 100 foul shots a day, and they had just as much success. But the reason I like this part is it really ties into what we talk about with my mindset questions. If there's something you need to build your belief in something, add that into one of your mindset questions, because when you tell yourself something every single day, you can make yourself believe that that is one of your strengths. And that's something, in Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill talks about autosuggestion. So those are the two things I want you to do. Somewhere that you need confidence, somewhere that you need that belief in yourself, practice a lot in private. Practice so that when you're on stage, you can perform. The other thing, the area that you need belief, visualize vividly. Put yourself in that situation. Go through it over and over. When I used to be a steer wrestler, before every run, I would visualize that run before it happened. Visualization is such a powerful tool. So if you really want to develop that belief in yourself, use visualization as much as you can. So hopefully those are helpful for you. Definitely add that into your mindset questions. Go to jeffheggie.com/mindset, get those questions, and you're going to be able to put those into action and start making a difference in your life. Also, I've talked about it in the other episodes, pre-release of my new course. Go to mindset.jeffheggie.com and you can find out more about it. Thanks for being with me again, and I look forward to talking to you in the morning. See ya.